Welcome back to another episode of 40 Facts About the 40k Universe. I am your host, Gershwan, and you are watching One Mind Syndicate. Today we continue taking on more viewer requests as we get into the food of the Imperium. Now this was a very highly requested video, and the reason that it took us so long to create was we were trying to find different sources of information for this video. But in reality, the number one Warhammer 40k lore source that we have found is the wiki page. Now, most of the information that you're going to hear is found on the wiki page, with some other food and beverages found on Lexicanum and 4chan, but for the most part we find that the best place for obscure Warhammer 40k lore is the wiki page. So please click on the link in the description, visit their website, because there are some beverages and some food that we couldn't include in this video. With that said, guys, please comment down below, put suggestion followed by whatever other topic you guys want us to create a video about. So whatever Warhammer 40k topic that interests you or that you would want to hear about, comment down below, and we will tally all those up, and the ones with the most suggestions gets a video. With that said, let's get into 40 facts about the food of the Imperium. The Imperium is a massive empire spanning the galaxy, and as such, its numerous subjects make use of all manners of flora and fauna for food. Within the Imperium, entire worlds are devoted to agriculture and food, providing the necessary substances for populations elsewhere in the galaxy. Many planets in the Imperium, such as Forge Worlds and Hive Worlds, are completely incapable of sustaining the sheer number of people who live and work on them. That is where these agri-worlds come in. They are the imperial planets entirely dedicated to the production of agricultural products. Unfortunately, the size of the Imperium plays a big downfall to certain planets, whose agri-worlds cannot export foods to. In these worlds, other substances native to that planet are consumed. Nevertheless, there are many foods in the Imperium. Fenrisian Ale is an extremely potent concoction distilled from the fermentation of the native plant of Fenris. Highly alcoholic and toxic, it is one of the very few beverages that can actually intoxicate an Astarte, managing to bypass their impressive bioengineered resistance to such toxic substances as alcohol. The Space Wolves chapter are deeply fond of this drink and consume large amounts of mion, as it is called, during their boisterous feasts, often competing against one another to determine who can drink the most of this beverage before passing out. Amino porridge is a nutrient-dense synthesized food eaten by Space Marines, much like the triglycerine gel, a gelatinous high-calorie foodstuff consumed by Space Marines. To learn more about the Space Marine consumption of food, check out our 40 facts on the everyday life of a Space Marine. Grox meat is a meat that's eaten all over the Imperium. Grox themselves are large and fast, aggressive reptilian animals originating from the Solomon system. When the star system was absorbed into the Imperium, it was discovered that this native herd animal possessed many useful traits, such as the ability to survive in almost any environment and to thrive on even the most indigestible foods. Grox meat itself is extremely palatable and nutritious, and nearly every single part of the beast is edible. To learn more about the Grox, please check out our 40 facts on Imperial Citizens Part 2. That explains how we tame the Grox and all the different obstacles that were presented by growing or mass-producing Grox meat. Rotgut is an alcoholic beverage that comes in many shapes and sizes throughout the Imperium, and most cultures are noted for at least one kind of fermented liquor. The catch-all term for these most basic brews, especially by travelers, is Rotgut Booze. Rotgut Booze is what Darpin, the Imperial rogue trader, was drinking during the Creepypasta Part 2. If you haven't checked out our Creepypasta, please jump on over to the YouTube channel and check that out. It's pretty awesome. Amasec is a popular alcoholic drink distilled from wine. It can range from lesser brews, barely fit for use as firebombs, to well-aged and flavored brands suitable for only the finest of the Emperor's servants. Steiger milk is a non-alcoholic beverage drinking in the Imperium. The Steiger is a beast of burden found on Furvius. Shortly after a Steiger gives birth to its young, it produces a viscous fluid on which its young feeds. So thick is this vile substance that when a human consumes it, the milk coats the throat, windpipe, and stomach for up to a day after being ingested. As well as being full of nutrition and proteins, the people of Furvius have found that the milk engenders resilience to poison and toxins. The Steiger milk is so effective at neutralizing toxins that all Furvius nobles, as a matter of course, drink it before eating. This has led to substantial trade for Steiger dairy farmers, who before the discovery of the milk's benefit were nothing more than peasants. Now the dairy farmers have grown rich and powerful in their own right, fighting amongst themselves in the hope of gaining a monopoly. Amble is another meat eaten in the Imperium, a subterranean insectoid predator native to the desert world of Luther Macintyre 9. This meat is said to resemble that of grox. Many attempts were made to domesticate ambles, but their ability to burrow made it impossible to confine. Nevertheless, this meat is still eaten widely throughout the Imperium. Tanna is a leafy plant native to Valhalla. The leaves are used by Valhallans to brew a tea, also called tanna, sometimes tanna tea or tanna leaf tea. The beverage is quite popular with Valhallans, to the point that chimeras in Valhallan Imperial Guard regiments normally have samovars installed so tanna can be prepared and drunk en route. It is less popular among other humans. Commissar Cyphus Cain is one of the few non-Valhallans known to enjoy it. Belly churn is a cheese popular with nomadic people in the Imperium. The belly churn is an animal stomach filled with milk, sewn shut, and then flung over the side of a riding beast to slowly curd. The resulting cheese is regarded as a delicacy and also keeps fresh a remarkably long time, making it an ideal ration for a lengthy journey. Wine of Cuates is another alcoholic beverage, although Amasec may be the most popular fine spirit across the Calic sector, and many local ales and vintages hold sway where they are made. The most sought-after alcohol is the Wine of Cuates. The garden world of Cuates is considered by most to be nothing more than a myth, or perhaps a place that once did exist but is now long gone to dust. Regardless, the wines produced by its viticulture are valued above all others and almost perpetually potent. Many Hive City nobles and guilders pay huge sums for this drink. In some cases, plot, murder, and steal to attain them, seeing them both as a mark of ultimate opulence and good taste. 3 such wines are listed here. The first, the Sorrowful Vintage, is widely regarded as a pale imitation of the real thing, but still highly desirable. The second is the Golden Tokay, is perhaps the most accessible, true Cuates wine. While the last, the Cantilian Malmsey, is the stuff dreams are made of, hugely valuable, and legend holds, capable of killing an overindulgent drinker with pure pleasure. Wild Snake is another alcoholic beverage. Wild Snake is a rare and potent liquor brewed out in the bad zones in the underhive of the hive world of Necromunda, where it commands a price to match. If they can find some, it is not uncommon for an outlaw gang to get tanked up on Wild Snake before a fight. Snake Courage, as it is called. Ploying juice is a common non-alcoholic beverage popular with many void ship crews, as it combats many common illnesses brought on by the habitual poor diets most find in space travel. Made from the lopsided ploying fruit, it is rich in many vitamins and has an extended shelf life. It can be added to the most poor quality distillations for such needed flavor, or even used as a basis for its own strong drink, commonly known as wobble, as this is both what the fruit does when it is upright, and what most users do after taking a few shots. Recaf is a popular hot beverage made from the crushed and brewed leaves. The composition can vary from planet to planet, but most blends have a stimulant, such as caffeine, as the basic release agent. Soylent's Viridians is a bland but otherwise filling and somewhat nutritious vat-grown foodstuff. It is also known as corpse starch, as it is said to be made from human corpses, mixed with random dead animals, plants, and other sources of dead biomatter, typically disposed of in hive cities to be recycled into food to lessen waste. Soylens Viridians is a common staple amongst underhives, military rations, and other places where high demand for food meets low standards of taste. Several Mechanicus worlds in the Damocles Gulf favor it, considering it a far more effective means of ingesting nutrition than plain animal tissue. Cyphus Cain complained about the lack of flavor on a few occasions in his private memoirs. Apple peaches are a very extensive exotic fruit that are eaten in the Imperium. A drawback of this fruit is that unless they are stored at a precise temperature of 18.5 degrees, they will become rotten within minutes. And those were 40 facts about the food of the Imperium. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe to the channel because there's going to be a part 2 where we go over the food of Xenos races. So orcs have orcoid pies, squigs, Eldar have the slugs, and Tyranids have biomass. So we're going to talk all about that in part 2. Subscribe to the channel, and if you're already a subscriber, please help us out. Click the little notification button right next to the subscribe button. That's basically telling YouTube that you like our content and you want to see more content from us. And at the same time, for every person that clicks that little bell button, a Slaneshi demonette gets breast implants. If you don't believe me, do it, and then tonight in your dreams, you're going to be visited by a little something something. Again, guys, comment down below with whatever request you guys have for topic ideas for us to create a video for. We're reading all that stuff and we're interacting with you in the comments. Another huge request that I want to ask for you is, in one of the episodes of the Greater War, we talked about different chaos branded cereal, and you guys gave us a bunch of great content for that, and we want to make a video showing off all the cool, funny cereal brands that you guys came up with. So again, comment down below if you can think of any chaos corrupted cereal brands. Please comment that information down below, and we're going to create a funny video later on. Again, guys, thank you for being awesome, and I can't wait to talk to you guys in the comments. This was Gershwin with One Mind Syndicate, signing out.